Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Rebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. I'm sorry for stopping the wonderful chanting. Continue with our Bhagavatam study. And today, His Grace Raghunandan Das Prabhuji will be speaking on the Bhagavatam. But before I do the introduction of all the people who joined today, I would like to just read a quote from Gaurang Das Prabhuji. For a new train to arrive at the platform, the old ones must depart. In the same way, for a new people to enter your life, some old connections need to be gently let go. So basically, Gaurang Das Prabhuji shares quotes on regularly, sometime morning, evening on Facebook. So I'll repeat again. For a new train to arrive at the platform, the old ones must depart. In the same way, for new people to enter your life, some new connections need to be gently let go. So thank you so much once again for joining today morning. And may I know who on the call today?
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees. This is Sundar Bandari from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Geeta Mataji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Amritamani Devi Dasi. Dandavat Pranam to you and all the devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Rupini Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees on this call. This is Premanandini Devidasi from Ashburn, Virginia.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all devotees. This is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Rupini Padma Mataji and all assembled devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shamarasika Devidasi from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining. Our speaker, Raghunandan.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunj Rasadas from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody else would like to announce the name fast because then our speaker is on the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. This is Manidhar Das.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Hare Krishna Raghunandan Das Prabhuji, Madam Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. So Prabhuji, thank you so much for your association. Please take over. I made you the co-host so you can share the screen like you normally do.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desha Tarine. Okay, let's start. So we are on Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 8, Chapter 12, and we are at the ending sections of the Chapter 12. So basically, not only the ending chapter, right? Like this is the ending of the description of the churning of the milk ocean, because all the uh, many past chapters in this canto, we have been looking at the pastimes of churning the milk ocean. So many different um, forms of the Supreme Lord were present at the same time. And then we saw about the Supreme Lord taking a very beautiful female form as Mohini Murti, right? So we saw all that, and then how even Lord Shiva got agitated by looking at that beautiful form. And then we are going to continue. But there are like 10 verses or so before we end this chapter. Let's see if we can go through all of them or even some of them, because we are going to see some important topics like um, understanding the nature and position of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. So we might spend some time in reading the descriptions, explanations, and trying to understand that. Let's see how much we can cover today. Text 38. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Dishtya Tvam Vibhuda Sreshta Swam Nishtamatmana Stitaha Yenme Stri Rupaya Svairam Mohitopyangamayaya. Synonyms. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Dishtya, all auspiciousness, Tvam, unto you, Vibhuda Sreshta, O best of all the demigods, Swam, in your own, Nishtam, fixed situation, Atmana, of your own self, Stitaha, you are situated, yet, as, may, mine, Stri Rupaya, appearance like a woman. Swairam, sufficiently. Mohitaha, enchanted. Api, in spite of. Anga, O Lord Shiva. Mayaya, by my potency. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O best of the demigods, although you have been amply harassed because of my potency in assuming the form of a woman, you are established in your position. Therefore, may all good fortune be upon you. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Since Lord Shiva is the best of the demigods, he is the best of all devotees. Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. His exemplary character was therefore praised by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gave his benediction by saying, May all good fortune be upon you. When a devotee becomes a little proud, the Supreme Lord sometimes exhibits his supreme power to dissipate the devotee's misunderstanding. After being amply harassed by Lord Vishnu's potency, Lord Shiva resumed his normal, unagitated condition. This is the position of a devotee. A devotee should not be agitated under any circumstances, even in the worst reverses. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, text 22, Yasmin stito na dukkena gurunapi vichalyate. Because of his full faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a devotee is never agitated, even in the greatest trials. This pridelessness is possible only for the first class devotees, of whom Lord Shambhu is one. Okay, so the Supreme Lord took the form of a beautiful woman, Mohini, and that agitated and bewildered even Lord Shiva. But the Supreme Lord is so pleased with Lord Shiva that he is blessing benedictions upon Lord Shiva. May all good fortune be upon you. Anybody says that itself is a very good blessing. And if the devotees of the Supreme Lord say that to us, it's even a powerful blessing. And here the Supreme Lord himself is saying, and to Lord Shiva, may all good fortune be upon you. So how elevated a personality Lord Shiva is, and how fortunate he was to receive such a blessing from the Supreme Lord directly. Okay, so now Prabhupada in the purport is talking about pride and pridelessness. This theme comes up repeatedly in Srimad Bhagavatam, and we find it in more detail in Canto 10 when we are discussing the most confidential pastimes of Lord Krishna. Pride. When there is pride, the Supreme Lord is absent because he doesn't like pride. So wherever there is pride, the Supreme Lord is absent there. So what should a devotee do? The devotee should strive to be prideless. So that is our. So if we have some, we might not be like overflowing with pride, but there might be some traces of pride, and sometimes it might be um, coming out in our daily course of action. Not every day, every time, but sometimes it might poke its head out. When that happens, it destroys all the sweetness of bhakti. So Krishna stays away. But when the pride is absent and when a devotee is prideless, that bhakti is so sweet, it attracts Krishna and he comes. So that is the explanations repeatedly being given by our acharyas. So we have to be prideless. That's one thing. And the second thing is not to be agitated by any circumstance, even though there might be several reversals. What do we mean by reversals? Setbacks. So we might be expecting an outcome to be in a certain way, and it doesn't happen in that way. Immediately we become dejected, frustrated, we start lamenting, we start getting angry. All those things happen. That's our normal conditioned behavior is like that. But when we look at first class devotees, as Prabhupada says in this purport, the topmost devotees, whatever happens, they just accept it as it is. They don't have any expectation, it should be like this, it shouldn't be like that. No, whatever comes their way, they will embrace it, accept it, and keep moving on. But the rest of the people, like there might be some mixed behavior, or there might be beginning a devotee, or they might not even be devotees. All these categories of people, what they do, they have expectations. Oh, it should happen this way, it shouldn't happen this way, suffering should not come to me, or even if sufferings come, it should be only like a token suffering. Each one of us will have our own levels of expectations. But the actual behavior expected from a devotee is they should not be agitated under any circumstances, even in the worst setbacks. And we see that in Pandavas. Right from when they were young, so many different things were happening in their life, calamities, sufferings, and even life-threatening situations. But when all these were happening, they did not budge an inch away from their bhakti to Lord Krishna. In fact, they started depending more on Krishna. when such calamitous situations were happening, such sufferings were happening, they were increasing their dependence on Krishna. So that dependence on Krishna is the key. Whether good happens, whether bad happens, I will depend on Krishna. So when I depend on Krishna, I will not be agitated by my circumstances. Otherwise, we get agitated, we get bewildered. Because the reason this agitating, getting agitated and getting bewildered is being mentioned is that's what happened to Lord Shiva. But that was a super extreme situation where the Supreme Lord himself was involved, and that too, he was like in the form of a extremely beautiful woman. So we'll always have have to understand that fact. It's not an ordinary circumstance that is being described. And we will learn more about Lord Shiva in the coming verses. He's such an exalted personality. He never gets agitated. Whereas common people like us, we get agitated even for simple things. Text 39. Konumeti taren mayam vishaktastvadrite puman tamstan visrijatim bhavan dustaram akritatmabihi. Translation. My dear Lord Shambhu, who within this material world but you can surpass my illusory energy? People are generally attached to sense enjoyment and conquered by its influence. Indeed, the influence of material nature is very difficult for them to surmount. Purport. Of the three chief demigods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, all but Vishnu are under the influence of Maya. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, they are described as Mayi, which means under Maya's influence. But even though Lord Shiva associates with Maya, he is not influenced. The living entities are affected by Maya, but although Lord Shiva apparently associates with Maya, he is not affected. In other words, all living entities within this material world, except for Lord Shiva, are swayed by Maya. Lord Shiva is therefore neither Vishnu Tattva nor Jiva Tattva. He is between the two. So, Daivi Esha Gunamayi, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Daivi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya, my Maya, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Mama Maya, my Maya. Gunamayi, it is made of the three gunas. Gunamayi. And Daivi, it is like divine energy. My illusory energy is also my divine energy. It's not somebody else. It's not something lowly. It's my divine energy. So that is the nature of Maya. That is the nature of Prakriti. That is the nature of material nature. And using that material energy, these material universes have been built, and we are living in one such material universe out of many. So we are under the influence of this Maya, material energy. Mama Maya Duratyaya, Krishna says, right? Duratyaya means it's very difficult to overcome. It's very difficult to fight against Maya and overcome Maya and win over Maya. It's not possible for living beings like us. Then how are we like eternally punished to be under the influence of Maya and that we cannot overcome Maya? No, Krishna gives the solution in the next line itself in that same verse. Mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. So anybody who surrenders unto my lotus feet, they can very easily overcome my material energy. Because I am the boss. So you surrender to me, my servants are going to say, oh, these are my boss's people. I will not touch them. So that is the key that Krishna gives. And the Supreme Lord is saying the same thing here to Lord Shiva. The influence of material nature is very difficult for the living beings to surmount. Mama Maya Duratyaya is the same point that the Lord is mentioning here to Lord Shiva. Mama Maya Duratyaya, it is very difficult to overcome, it is very difficult to surmount the influence of the material. So because how does the Maya work on us, impact us? Through the three modes. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. It keeps acting on us, all the three, all the time when we are in this material universe. So as long as we are in this material universe, these are going to keep acting. And it is going to impel thoughts in us, impel desires in us, and then we are going to act on those thoughts, act on those desires. And generally, all the living beings in the material universe are attached to sense enjoyment. So that's why the Supreme Lord is telling Shiva, who else but you in this material universe can surpass my illusory energy? You are such an exalted personality because your position is like that. You, Lord Shiva, is very special. And Prabhupada is giving additional information, right? Lord Shiva is neither Vishnu Tattva nor Jiva Tattva. Jiva Tattva is all us, all of us living beings, right? In this universe. We are given a material body the moment we come into this material universe, and we are subjected to the influence of Maya, material energy. And each one of us do and behave in different ways. We are all Jiva Tattvas. Tattva means truth or nature. So we are all Jivas, living beings. And there is another category, right? The Supreme Lord. And the Supreme Lord is not one person. He is one person, but he is having so many different expansions. He is having so many different spiritual forms. So the original form is Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Bhagavatam says in the first canto itself. And then we have all these expansions, like from Balaram comes all the Chaturvyuha expansions, and from those expansions come other expansions, and then there is Rama, there is Narasimha, there is Varaha, Kurma, Matsya. It's unlimited. How many waves are there in the ocean? Unlimited, countless. So many waves keep coming. So just like that, there are so many different forms of that one single Supreme Personality of Godhead. All of these forms are in the Vishnu Tattva category. Then where does Shiva fit in? Shiva is not in the Jiva Tattva category. He is not like any one of us. And he is not also in the Vishnu Tattva category, but very close to the Vishnu Tattva category. He is that exalted a personality. And here he says, the Supreme Lord Krishna himself is saying, only you in this material creation is capable of surpassing my illusory energy. Nobody else, everybody else gets subdued by my material energy. You are that special a personality. So we have to understand that. What exactly is Lord Shiva's position? What exactly is Lord Shiva's nature? Text 40. Seyam gunamayi maya natvam abhibhavishyati maya sameta kalena kala rupena bhagashaha. Translation: the material, that is external energy, Maya, who cooperates with me in creation and who is manifested in the three modes of nature, will not be able to bewilder you any longer. Purport: when Lord Shiva was present, his wife Durga was also there. Durga works in cooperation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in creating the cosmic manifestation. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 10, Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam. The material energy prakriti works under my direction, O son of Kunti, and is producing all moving and unmoving beings. Prakriti is Durga. Srishti sthiti pralaya sadhana shakti rekha chaye vayasya bhuvanani bhivarti Durga. This is from Brahma Samhita, right? The entire cosmos is created by Durga in cooperation with Lord Vishnu in the form of Kala, time. Sa ikshata lokan nu sujaha. Sa imal lokan asrijata. This is the version of the Vedas, especially Aitreya Upanishad 1.1.1 and 2. Maya happens to be the wife of Lord Shiva, and thus Lord Shiva is an association with Maya. But Lord Vishnu here assures Lord Shiva that this Maya will no longer be able to captivate him. So, we were seeing about Lord Shiva and his nature and his position, etc. so forth. So now in this purport, Prabhupada is helping us to understand Lord Shiva's wife. Lord Shiva's wife is Parvati. She has many other names and she has also many other forms. She is also known as Durga. She is also known as Chandi. She is also known as Bhavani. Like that, she has so many different names according to the various functions that she is doing. And who is that Durga? That Durga is the material energy of the Supreme Lord. And Durga's boss is Lord Krishna. That's why in Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 text 10 Krishna says Maya adhyakshena. Maya adhyakshena means under my vision, under my supervision, under my control. Maya means mine. So under my control, under my supervision, my material energy functions. So I am the boss. That is what Krishna is saying. So what and who is that material energy? That is none other than the wife of Lord Shiva. Parvati, Durga, Kali, like that Chandi, like we know her by many names. But that is the personality. That is material energy. And that is the wife of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is having the challenge of associating with Maya all the time because she happens to be his wife. But Krishna is again giving a benediction again. This material energy of mine will not bewilder you. You are above and beyond all that. That is the exalted position of Lord Shiva. And that is also the position of material energy, Parvati, Shakti, Durga. So that is what is being brought out here. Shri Sukha Uvacha Evam Bhagavata Rajan Sri Vatshankena Satkritaha Amantriyatam Parikramya Sagana Swalayam Yayo. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, O king, having thus been praised by the Supreme Personality, who bears the mark of Srivatsa on his chest, Lord Shiva circumambulated him. Then, after taking permission from him, Lord Shiva returned to his abode, Kailash, along with his associates. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks that when Lord Shiva was offering obeisances unto Lord Vishnu arose and embraced him. Therefore, the word Sri Vatsankena is used here. The mark of Sri Vatsa adorns the chest of Lord Vishnu. And therefore, when Lord Vishnu embraced Lord Shiva while being circumambulated, the Sri Vatsa mark touched Lord Shiva's bosom. So, Krishna and Krishna's expansions, Narayana, Vishnu, Rama, all these forms, they have the Srivatsa mark on their chest. It's like a a special symbol and emblem that uniquely identifies the Supreme Lord. What is the significance of this Srivatsa? That is where Goddess Lakshmi resides. She resides on the chest of the Supreme Lord. So that's why it's called Srivatsa mark. And where in this verse we are seeing that Lord Shiva circumambulated the Supreme Lord who bears the mark Srivatsa on his chest. Srivatsa Ankena, who always carries the mark of Srivatsa on his breast. So when Lord Shiva was circumambulating the Supreme Lord, and then he was trying to offer obeisances also, the Supreme Lord got up and embraced Lord Shiva. So when he was embracing, his chest was touching the chest of Lord Shiva. So the chest of the Supreme Lord, the Srivatsa mark was there, and that Srivatsa mark was also touching the chest of Lord Shiva when he was being embraced by the Supreme Lord. That's what the explanation is being given by our Acharya Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. So he not only got the benedictions of the Supreme Lord, he also got the benedictions of his eternal consort, Mother Lakshmi. That's what it signifies. Lord Shiva got the blessings of both. Atmam sabhutam tamayam bhavanim bhagavan bhavaha sammatam rishi mukhyanam pritya chastata bharata. O descendant of Bharata Maharaj, who Parikshit Maharaj is being addressed like that. Lord Shiva in jubilation then addressed his wife Bhavani. See, it's coming here. Another name for Parvati Durga is Bhavani. Then Lord Shiva in jubilation then addressed his wife Bhavani, who is accepted by all authorities as the potency of Lord Vishnu. So we saw a few examples, right, from Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads and other places where it clearly states that Durga, and Brahma is also confirming that Durga is none other than the potency of Lord Vishnu, material energy, right? Material energy's form is Durga. So she is none other than the material energy of the Supreme Lord. Ayi vyapashyastvam ajasya mayam parasya pumsa paradevataya aham kalanam rishabhopi muhye yaya vashonye kim uta swatantra. Translation: Lord Shiva said, O goddess, you have now seen the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the unborn master of everyone. Although I am one of the principal expansions of his lordship, even I was illusioned by his energy. What then is said to be of others who are fully dependent on Maya? So here, Supreme Lord doesn't have only one energy, right? He has unlimited energies, different kinds of energies at his disposal. But all those energies are classified into three main categories by the acharyas generally. One is the spiritual energy, one category, and the other category is the material energy. And in between these two categories are the marginal energies. All the living beings, all the souls, all the atmas, they come under the marginal energy category. So here Lord Shiva is telling his wife Bhavani, right, Durga. So he's saying, oh, you are the material energy, right? But we are also seeing something else the Lord is exhibiting. He is exhibiting his spiritual energy. And using his spiritual energy, he disillusioned me as well. The Supreme Lord is that capable, because we do not know how to the extent of each one of his energies, and he has like so many energies, and he doesn't need to do anything. He just thinks, he does just desires, he just wills, and everything happens. That is the capability of the Supreme Lord. And now, I was so bewildered and agitated by that spiritual energy of the Supreme Lord. And you have now seen that spiritual energy in action. You yourself were there right next to me. And you see how I was agitated and how I was bewildered by that spiritual energy. So then imagine, even for me, it was that agitating and bewildering. What is then said to be of others who are fully under the control of you? You are the Maya, right? Under the control of Maya. We cannot even conceive in our tiny, puny thinking capacity how vast is this power of the Supreme Lord. That's what Lord Shiva is highlighting. He said, wow, he's so great. Such a great personality. Wow. My obeisance is always unto him. I will always be singing his glories. I will always be meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what Lord Shiva is leading up to. Yammam aprichastvam upetya yogat samasahasranta uparatam vai sa esha sakshat purusha purano nayatra kalo vishatena vedaha. Translation: when I finished performing mystic yoga for 1000 years, you asked me upon whom I was meditating. Now, here is that Supreme Person to whom time has no entrance and who the Vedas cannot understand. Purport: eternal times enter anywhere and everywhere, but it cannot enter the kingdom of God. Nor can the Vedas understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is an indication of the Lord's being omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. So you have been asking me many times when I perform my mystic yoga for several years or even like 1000 years, you asked me upon whom I was meditating. I was meditating upon this Supreme Personality whom we see right now, who was here right now with us. That Supreme Personality. I meditate on that Supreme Personality all the time. So that is the instruction and guidance Lord Shiva is giving not only to his wife Bhavani but to all of us. What should be our focus? Who should we be meditating on? Who should we be worshipping? And the Lord is omnipotent. He has unlimited potencies, unlimited energies at his disposal. We cannot even one energy, material energy, we cannot comprehend that what the extent to which it is powerful. What to speak of understanding all the other potencies and energies of the Supreme Lord? It's beyond our comprehension. He is omnipotent. We have to accept that. Then it becomes much more easier to understand him and not get bewildered by these various leelas. Omnipresent. He is simultaneously present everywhere at the same time. For us, we can be present only in one place at a time. We are sitting in a room currently. There are so many other rooms in our home. We are not present in those homes and in those rooms. We are present in the room currently where we are at. But the Supreme Lord is not like that. He will be present in this room. He will be present in all the rooms and all through the creation everywhere at the same time. That is omnipresent and omniscient. He knows the past, the present, and the future. We do not know. We do not know our past. Forget about knowing the past of all the other people. But the Supreme Lord knows the past, present, and future of all the living beings in in the creation. So that is the nature of the Supreme Lord. We can never be equal to the Supreme Lord. That's the understanding that we have to get and we have to accept, and then it becomes a smoother ride from that point on. Shri Sukha Vacha iti te bihitastata vikrama saranga danvanaha sindur nirmatane ena drita prishte mahachalaha. Translation: Sukadev Goswami said, "My dear king, the person who bore the great mountain on his back for the churning of the ocean of milk is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead known as Saranga Danva. I have now described to you his prowess." Yes, somebody came in the form of a tortoise and then held the Mandara mountain from sinking into the milk ocean. We read all these pastimes in the previous chapters of this canto. Oh, this just a tortoise. It's a huge tortoise. What's so big deal? No, that huge tortoise was so effulgent, so beautiful, so transcendental, and that is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, so he just appeared in the form of a tortoise doesn't mean that it was a tortoise. He appeared like a tortoise, but that form that held the Mandara mountain on its back had all the potencies of the Supreme Lord, all the energies of the Supreme Lord, is none other than the Supreme Lord in a different form. That's what Sukadeva Goswami is underlining for our benefit. Just like in the meme, by telling Parikshit Maharaj, he is also telling each one of us, "My dear king," he says, "the person who bore the great mountain on his back for the churning of the milk ocean is the same Supreme Personality." Yes, Lord Krishna, only in a different form. And he is known as Saranga Danva. What is Saranga? Saranga is the bow of Lord Krishna. He has a conch. The conch's name is Panchajanya. He has a mace, a club, right? That has a name, Kaumodaki. And he has a chakra. The chakra has a name. He says, because they are all spiritual personalities. They are all devotees of the Supreme Lord. The chakra has a name, Sudarshan. Similarly, his bow is another spiritual personality. And that personality has a name, Sharanga. That's why Krishna is called Sharanga Dhanva, because he is carrying Sharanga, the bow. So now Sukadeva Goswami said, in this manner I have described his various powers. Etan muhu kirtayato nu shunvato na rishyate jatu samudyama kvachet yad uttama shloka gunanu varnanam samasta samsara parishrama Translation: the endeavor of one who constantly hears or describes this narration of the churning of the ocean of milk will never be fruitless. Indeed, chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only means to annihilate all sufferings in this material world. So Sukadeva Goswami is continuing. One who repeatedly, constantly reads, hears, or describes this narration of the churning of the ocean of the milk will never be fruitless. What that means, we will be blessed with all auspiciousness. Everything that we desire, it basically will be fulfilled, is what the benediction is. So we have to constantly read, hear, or describe this churning of the milk ocean pastime by the Supreme Lord. So all our endeavors will be always be successful. That is the benediction Sukadeva Goswami is giving. And indeed, Gunarna Varnanam, right? Describing the transcendental qualities, chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only means to destroy all sufferings in this material world. Who is saying? Sukadeva Goswami is saying that. And Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also confirms that in chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita. He says, when my devotees come together, they don't discuss about current world affairs, economic conditions, inflation, cost of living, stock market, their children studying in schools and colleges. No, they are not discussing all that. What they are discussing? They are discussing about my glories, right? Like it's being said here. They are always constantly describing the glories of me, my various glorious leelas. All these they are describing. By doing that, what do they get? Tushyanticha Ramanticha. They get so much bliss and so much happiness and so much satisfaction in their hearts. So that's what we are doing even in this morning today. We woke up, we took bath, we joined the Zoom call to read, hear, and discuss the glories and the glorious pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So that is what we are supposed to be doing every single time. Text 47. Asad avishayam angrim bhavagamyam prapannan amrutam amaravaryan asayat sindhu matyam kapata yuvati vesho mohayanyas surarims tamaham upasritanam kamapuram natosmi. Assuming the form of a young woman and thus bewildering the demons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead distributed to his devotees, who? The demigods, the nectar produced from the churning of the ocean of milk. And to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who always fulfills the desires of his devotees, I offer my respectful obeisances. Purport. The instruction of this narration concerning the churning of the milk ocean is clearly manifested by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he is equal to everyone, because of natural affection, he favors his devotees. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 29, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha e bhajanti tumam bhaktya mahi te teshu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. This partiality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is natural. A person cares for his children not because of partiality, but in a reciprocation of love. The children depend on the father's affection, and the father affectionately maintains the children. Similarly, because devotees do not know anything but the lotus feet of the Lord is always prepared to give protection to his devotees and fulfill their desires. He therefore says, Kaunteha pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th canto, 12th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Mohini Murti Incarnation Bewilders Lord Shiva. Okay, so what does this final concluding verse of this chapter telling us? That the Supreme Lord is always there. He is always there for his devotees. Even for non-devotees, he is providing everything in this creation for their sustenance. But he goes several steps further for his devotees. Why? Because the devotees have nobody else except the Supreme Lord. Exclusively they depend on the Supreme Lord Krishna. For them, they'll say, when we say Supreme Lord, it could be Krishna, or it could be his other forms like Rama, Narayana, Narasimha, Kurma, like that. So the Supreme Lord, the devotees are always exclusively focused on one form of the Supreme Lord, and they are dedicated in serving the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. They are exclusively dependent on the Supreme Lord. Their thought doesn't go anywhere else, to anybody else. They are just exclusively devoted. To such a person, the Supreme Lord says, I personally come and do something more, something extra, because it is a reciprocation of love. The devotee is expressing their love through the medium of service, and the Supreme Lord is reciprocating to that love. He accepts that love and he does something out of love for personally for his devotees. Nobody else, he says in he gives that in Bhagavad Gita, right? Yoga Shemam Vahamyaham. I personally preserve what they have, and I personally carry what they lack, is the promise that he gives. So there is a story in connection to that, right? A real life incident. There was a person called Gopala Acharya. So he was writing a commentary explanation on Bhagavad Gita, and he comes to this verse, Yoga Shemam Vahamyaham, and he translates, I personally carry what my devotee lacks, and I personally preserve what they already have. So when he retired, that like why, what is the necessity of the Supreme Lord to personally come and do? He doesn't need, he can just will it and everything happens. The entire creation happens just because the Supreme Lord just willed it. He just thought about it and said, let it happen, and it happened. Because he has all these unlimited potencies, it makes things happen. So he might send somebody else to take care of, to do all these things. So he struck down the lines that he had written, and the noon time had come, so he had to go take bath in the river and then do his Sandhya Vandanam, all those at the noon time the Brahmanas do, right? So he wanted to do that, he went away. Then two boys came to his home and knocked on the door. His wife was there. They were in a very poor condition, they did not have much. So the two boys said, your husband came to the grocery store and asked, and he has ordered all these things to be delivered to your home. So we have come to deliver the grocery items. So the wife was very happy. So they, hey, dear boys, please stay. We did not have anything. Now, by the Lord's mercy, we have got these things. I'm going to cook. I will cook and feed you. So the boy said, no, 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 we are very scared of your husband. He is very angry. No, my husband is not like that. He is very gentle. Oh, no, 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 you do not know your husband. He was very angry. So he look at my back. So one of the boys turned, and on his back there were a few scratches and lashes there. And your husband did this to me. His wife was shocked. Oh, how come my husband is so angry like this and he is beating up these two wonderful boys? But please stay. I will quickly cook and offer you the food, and you eat and you then go. But please make it before your husband comes. We want to leave because we are so scared of him. So the wife hurriedly cooks and then feeds both the boys. And before Gopalacharya returns home, these two boys go away. Gopalacharya finishes all his bathing and noon bathing and doing all this Gayatri mantra chanting and everything. He comes back home. And when he comes back, he's already seeing food has been cooked and food has been served. He says, oh, you did not wait for me. You ate before, before going into all that thing, I want to ask you, how can you do this to those two boys? The Gopalacharya is going, what two boys? The two boys that you asked to carry the grocery items, and since for whatever reason you bet them and you on the back, I saw all the scratches and lashes. And so describe those two boys to me. Oh, one boy was like blackish in color, the other boy was like whitish in complexion. So Gopalacharya then said, oh, you are so fortunate. He falls at her feet and says, Krishna and Balaram personally came and you personally fed them. You are so fortunate. And then he goes inside, and then he scratched out his explanation and he puts the same explanation back. Yes, Krishna personally comes to serve his devotees. He personally protects them. He personally carries what they lack. I lacked. We did not have anything to eat. So he personally brought all the grocery items. And the word that I had struck those meanings, and that showed up as the lashing marks on the back of Krishna. So I will never do that mistake again. Yes, Krishna personally comes. So that is the concluding verse here. That is the same thing that is being mentioned here. He fulfills the desires of his devotees always. He personally comes. He did personally come for his devotees, the demigods, right? To for the churning of the milk ocean. He gave the idea. He supported them in so many different ways. And finally, he came as Mohini Murti to delude the asuras and give the nectar to his devotees, the demigods. So he personally comes every single time to everyone. All we need to do is we have to be his devotee. Just saying I am his devotee is not enough. We have to truly love him. We have to truly dedicate our time and energy in serving him and his devotees. That's what this verse is talking about. Okay, let's stop here and let's see if there is any discussion.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Geeta. Thank you for this wonderful class. Prabhuji, I was not really sure what you said about that mark on the body. The foot mark. Was it Lord Shiva or Lord Krishna?
No, it was on the chest of Lord Shiva. It is called chest of Lord Krishna. It is called Srivatsa. It signifies, that mark signifies a resting place of Mother Lakshmi on the chest of Lord Krishna.
Right. But actually, even Kalima also steps on Lord Shiva, right? So I was confused.
No, this is this chess is, there is a different story for that. Maybe we can discuss it some other time. But that mark is a unique identification of the Supreme Lord Krishna, or even when he is in the different forms as Narayana. That Srivatsa mark is always there on his chest.
So when Lord Shiva hugged him, he felt that mark. Is that what you're saying?
Because his chest was touching that chest of Lord Shiva, he was embracing. So basically, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving an explanation that he also got the blessings of Mother Lakshmi that way.
Oh, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have the question related to the mark, Hare Krishna. So the mark on the body of Lord Vishnu, the Srivatsa, is it on the left side or the right side? Basically, I just want to know, when Bhrigu Muni, when he kicked the Lord in Vaikuntha, on his chest, did he mean to hit the Srivatsa, or he
No,
meant
only
to?
after he kicked that mark came and Mother Lakshmi settled there.
Oh, okay.
Because
Makes sense.
it was so auspicious for Lord Vishnu. He says, "Oh, my devotee."
My devotee, yes.
My devotee kicked me in the chest, and that his feet touched my chest. So, so that was so sacred for him. So such a place, I will reside eternally. So Mother Lakshmi eternally resides in that place, and that is marked as Srivatsa.
I think when we say Lord Vishnu and his associates living in Vaikuntha, they all look same. All these associates, they are also four-handed form.
Yeah,
But the only difference is between the
they
Vishnu
won't
and
have this Srivatsa mark.
Srivatsa mark is not there. Yeah.
And they won't have all the emblem symbols on the lotus feet. They won't have that, but they might look similar externally with forearms and the features and everything, but they won't have the Srivatsa mark.
Correct. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry to interrupt you. Such a wonderful class, Prabhuji, and Ujjwal and Manidan Prabhu. The mark is usually on the left side. Uh,
Not exactly on the left side, it's like almost near the center, but near the left side
yeah.
of the chest.
Yes, yes, yeah. It's I saw in the New Vrindavan this for the Nasima deities when we were tracing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for such a wonderful class on this section. Especially sometimes it is very bewildering when we read this section of Bhagavatam, but you explained it in such a uplifting, enlightening way. So really appreciate. Prabhu, one question, like this Mohini Murti pastime, where did it take place? Because I think I heard in one of the classes that it was in Vaikuntha planet,
No,
and all the
it's not in the Vaikunta that is within this material universe, right? There is a milk ocean. There is a Vaikunta within the material universe with milk ocean where Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu resides, right?
okay, yes.
So that milk ocean is being churned by the demigods and the asuras. The demigods and asuras are not in the spiritual world, they are in the material universe.
Okay, and this pastime where Mohini Murti and Lord Shiva, there are exchanges. So this, where does this take place? In the
In this
same
material universe.
material universe. Okay, it's not in the, because I heard that all the Bhutaganas and all the followers of Lord Shiva were also there in that pastime, and then I was confused, like for
forget about
everyone.
them. All the demigods and asuras, they are not in the spiritual world. They are only in the material
Yeah.
universe. So
Okay,
it
Prabhu.
happened in the. So then, which milk ocean is being referred to here? Milk ocean that is in the topmost location in this material universe where Kshirodaka Vishnu resides. That is the milk ocean. And that is also Vaikuntha, right? Because the Supreme Lord is residing there. That is Vaikuntha within this material universe.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much,
And
Prabhu.
that is the kingdom that the Supreme Lord gave to Dhruva. He said, I will give my own kingdom to you because you wanted a kingdom greater than Brahma. Brahma is the entire material universe. So what is even more better than that? Kshirodakshai Vishnu's kingdom within this material universe. So he said, okay, you can come and rule over that. I will give it to you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
So, excuse me, Prabhuji. So I had a question regarding this Mohini, this incident. So what is the learning for us? Apart from the fact that we, in the previous class, that, they say that men should never be close to a woman, and then even mother's form also, sister. Besides that, what is the other learning for?
We discussed that. Just the last verse of this chapter. We just concluded with that. The Supreme Lord personally comes to preserve what his devotees have, and he personally carries what they lack. That's what he did in the Mohini Murti Avatara, right? He preserved the nectar for them. He protected that, and he made sure that only the devotees, the demigods, got it.
But this incident with Lord Shiva, I mean, Lord Shiva getting mesmerized by a woman, what was?
But that was not your question. Your
Yes,
question was,
Prabhuji.
what should we learn from this Mohini Murti form? And I answered that question for you.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
And what is your follow-up question now about Lord Shiva?
No. So, Prabhuji, only that what is the learning from Lord Shiva's incident with Lord
We have to
Vishnu?
understand his
Nallavarindiya.
exalted nature. We should not think that he is just
Oh, somebody is going to
another
take your apart.
demigod. He's just another demigod. No, he's not. He's not
Nallavarittu ma.
Indra. He's not like Brahma. He is not like other no, he's something much more exalted. We have to understand his true nature. The Supreme Lord is himself telling that you cannot be deluded by my material energy. You are so special. Your position is so special. So we have to understand Lord Shiva's unique exalted position.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, sorry, Prabhuji, you really explained it very well. My takeaway is like, how you built it up about describing about Lord Shiva. And then one of the things that, my biggest takeaway would be that we shouldn't be proud and we should be, equipoised, not get during difficult situations. We shouldn't lose our balance. Those were my big takeaways. And then definitely how beautifully you explained that Lord Shiva's possession and Durga Ma's possession. And then later on, just now, like you said, that Lord comes himself to preserve what we have and gives us what we lack. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for such a nice class. Hare Krishna.
Provided we are loving him and serving him exclusively.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
I don't do anything, but I just label myself a devotee and expect this to happen. It won't happen.
Yes, that's true. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for the wonderful class and question answers. And I was really thinking that, when you mentioned that Krishna is there, I was recollecting an incident yesterday. A couple of months back, I was in India and we were in a very crowded market. And what happened is my daughter got lost. She has autism also. She's a special need child. So she went, I was in a market with my mother and I got busy buying something and she went in the crowd. So I was totally helpless. I don't know what to do. And, we called the local police and everything. So what happened is she reached a certain place and the shopkeeper there told her that, why are you standing here? You should go back to your mom, And I was really thinking that, whoever told her this was like, I don't know, maybe Krishna told him to tell that. So this girl, somehow she's not very challenged. So she came right back to me. And by then, that time, we had the police there, everything there, And it really brings a jitter to my life. And I was like, and that I was in a helpless situation. I was thinking, Krishna, that, I raised my daughter for so many years. And now how do you think I'll be able to live without her, and she's gone away and I'm totally helpless. I was right, I don't know what to do. I was totally gone, and so somehow what happened, after some time I saw her coming back, walking and coming back. So that was the day after that, I made sure that I felt that there is a lesson to me, that I have to give more attention and more love to her, and make sure that I don't have an opportunity in my life where I have to ask Krishna, that help me. I'm in a helpless situation. But like when you mentioned, right, Krishna is always there for the devotees. So this is so true, because if this person had not told her, because with her one line works. If you tell her do this, she will go and do that, So she exactly knew that and I was asking her yesterday, what instruction did that person give? This is like been 6 months or so. But I keep thanking Krishna in my heart till today's day. And she says that person just told me one thing. She's verbal. He told me just he didn't say, what are you doing here? Why are you standing here? He says, can you please go back to your mom? And that was a perfect instruction needed for her. If I was there, I would have given that, you know. So I'm like, really, this was the only incident in my life, you know, after coming to Krishna consciousness, which, you know, and when I read the scriptures, I really feel that, you know, we might get into this cycle of karma where we have to suddenly face a lot of stress and stuff like that. But then Krishna is definitely there, especially times of trouble, you know, he is watching and seeing. So, you know, he's our protector. So, in the sense that at least we can do is do devotional service to Krishna, least actually. And also, you know, remember Srila Prabhupada for giving us all this. So, yeah, while, you know, you're giving the wonderful class, this realization came back to me. And, you know, always we have to express our gratitude to Lord Krishna for, you know, being there with us like a father figure. But at the same time, I know we have to always, you know, like take care of Krishna like a baby Damodar Krishna, like Yashoda did, you know. We have to do that. But at the same time, we still need that protection, you know, because some of us don't have a father and other people. Sorry to take time, but I just wanted to, you know, express myself here that, you know, it's like what we would do without Lord Krishna and his interference in our life.
We, without Lord Krishna, we cannot even exist here in this world. We cannot go about doing our activities. For whether I believe in God or not, there is a framework that has been built, and that framework has been built by him, and we did not go and ask him for air to breathe. He is providing that. He is giving drinking water through the form of rain. So many arrangements he is making, even without us s- turning to him or asking him. All these things are there for every living being in the creation. But as you mentioned, at some point of time, we should say, thank you. Who made all these arrangement? I want to know that person. And then we inquire that, we find that person is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And then say, okay, thank you, Krishna, for providing. Every single day we wake up. We waking up and we being alive is a blessing. And our
Yes.
hands and legs are functioning perfectly, and we are able to get up and do our activities. That is a blessing. How many times have we thanked Krishna for that? Every single day is an opportunity to thank him. And then at the end of the day, we can again thank him. I'm so grateful to you for this day. And in that day, exclusively, intentionally, I can do something to express my not only my thanks, but also my love for him. That is bhakti.
Yes, Prabhuji. And one line very nicely you mentioned is that how we can serve Krishna is, of course, we have the process of chanting and reading and glorifying Krishna, you know, in Kirtan and in Japa, remembering, but also serve devotees, right?
Yeah.
Is there any other thing which I'm forgetting? Serve devotees in whatever capacity we can do. And what I had heard is like in one of Srila Prabhupada's lecture, he said, when you go to a ISKCON temple, it's like a dham, every temple, you know, small or big, and you go there and you see, you know, see yourself, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be done. Find some seva for yourself. Think that this is a place, Krishna's house, and how we can, you know, find something there. So this is very heart touching to me, because I try to do that sometimes, you know, we arrange the shoes, maybe do a little bit of jhadu, maybe couple of
Yeah.
bartan.
Sweep the floor,
Yeah.
mop the floor,
Yes.
pick up some trash that's lying on the floor and put it in the trash bin.
Yes. So, Prabhuji, is there anything else other than, you know, this serving devotees and doing some, you know, like physical whatever work in the temple and our own sadhana? Is there anything else which can, you know, keep our heart a heart of gratitude to Krishna more, and we are less, we are like no pride and we are more humble and less pride is there? Is there any other way?
No, there are more things to do even in those things that you described. Serving the devotees, like there are million different ways right around us. Only thing is our eyes are not open to it. We are so self-centered. Our eyes are so closed. We do not see. There are million opportunities right around me right now to serve Krishna and his devotees. There are so many options, but we are so blind to it. Why? Because we are covered by ignorance.
Hmm.
We every day we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What is the meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Oh Radharani, oh Krishna, please engage me in your service. So when we pray like that, they give service opportunities to us. Every single minute, there are multiple opportunities around us to serve, but our eyes are closed because we are self-centered. But when we say, okay, I don't want to be self-centered, and when our eyes open, then we will see so many different ways. The other devotee is doing something, I can go and support that devotee in whatever way I can. Oh, that person, that devotee is going out for book distribution. I can help pack the books in a bag for that person to carry. I might not be in a position to go with that devotee to do book distribution, but I can go the day before or whenever. I can help in preparing that book kit, the bag, and I can give some water bottle and some prasadam for that devotee to carry. Right? When they are doing book distribution, it will serve them. We have so many different ways we can serve. We are not even scratching the surface.
Yes, Prabhuji. So we should not conclusion is we should not wait for the devotees to tell us to do this and that. We should ourselves go and say
Ask
how
them.
we can serve.
Ask them. Yeah, you are doing this service. Can I assist you in some way?
That bhav.
Will you please accept my service in some way?
Yes. And gradually with time, we are losing that, Prabhuji. We are at least I'm saying for myself. For years, I mean, for months together, I've never told devotee, how can I serve you? So I remember in the beginning of Krishna consciousness, I used to hear from devotees saying that, Mataji, how can I serve you?
Yeah.
But we are not doing that. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please pray for us, so we can, express our gratitude to Krishna every day. And it's like that point that we woke up in the morning, because there's so many people who die in their sleep. They don't wake up.
They wake up, they fall, they cannot move.
Yes. Yes. So anybody comments for today's class? The call.
Everybody is satisfied.
Yeah, there are a lot of people joined today, Prabhuji. So I was just wondering if anybody didn't get a chance to speak, they can share the realization or some comment. Otherwise, we can end the call. It's almost.
If I have said or explained anything incorrectly, please forgive me.
Prabhuji, one comment has come from Jyoti to everyone. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Namaskaram. Thanks much for wonderful class. My eyes are wet to hear Krishna personally comes to his devotees.
Yeah,
So nice.
we should always remember that, and we should cry more and more. Same thing happened in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, right? He was visiting South India and he was traveling, right? Then he was in one temple and there was this one person, a Brahmana, who was sitting and reading Bhagavad Gita, but there were people who were going by and they were like teasing and making fun of him. Basically, the gist was like that person is illiterate. So he was holding a book in his hand and he is trying to read. So people were making fun of him. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was observing him for a few days and he is not bothered about what the others are saying, but he is every single day he is opening his book and having it in front of him and he is having tears from his eyes. So one day he approached, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approached that Brahmana and asked, people are making fun of me and teasing me because I don't know to read and write. I'm illiterate. Then why are you having this book in your hand? And I see tears in your eyes. Yeah, I know my guru said like Bhagavad Gita is a very important one, so I keep it. But whenever I think about Bhagavad Gita, whenever I have Bhagavad Gita in my hands, the first image that comes to my mind is the Supreme Lord Krishna. He personally became a menial servant, a driver of his friend and devotee Arjuna. And the moment I think about it, tears start flowing from my eyes. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces him and says, "You have understood Bhagavad Gita, you have understood Krishna perfectly." So we should, Krishna comes personally. Arjuna did not ask Krishna to become his chariot driver. Krishna thought about it and volunteered and said, that way I can be with you in the battlefield and I can protect you and I can serve you. That is how Krishna is thinking. And here we are thinking we are like, we are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and we don't want to serve anybody. Forget about everybody. We can at least serve Krishna, right? And then slowly extend that to Krishna and his devotees. That is the improvement in our consciousness, in our life. But many of us are still, why should I serve? We think that, okay, I will just do this. This one task I will do. I will go and make garlands for the deities in the temple. I will go and cook for the deities in the temple and my task is done. Yeah, if we don't have much, our day is over, but we have so much time. In that time, that surplus extra time, how are we spending it? Am I spending it in serving Krishna and his devotees? That is the question that we should ask ourselves and we should consider. I have some surplus time. Not every day, even in a week. Today might be very busy with my job and this and that. Okay, that's fine. I did my bare minimal thing like chanting and stuff, daily stuff that I do. But okay, what about the weekend? Weekend I have more time. Oh no, I want to sit in front of the TV and watch something going on, and before I realize the day is gone, weekend is done, and next week starts, and then I am in the same grind. What am I doing with my surplus time? And out of that, what percentage I can use in serving Krishna and his devotees? That is bhakti.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for mentioning that. Thank you. Is there anybody who joined for the first time? I just see a few names like Rajini Suran. I don't know. And Mohan Rupa. There are many others. I don't know if somebody joined for the first time. They can introduce themselves. Some new names are there today. They joined. Anybody like to announce their name?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. The second time I joined, Mataji.
Who's this?
Rajni Suren.
Hare Krishna. Okay, I heard your voice first time. Thank you so much for joining. We can say Hari Bol to Mataji 3 times for joining. We pray that she can join every day. Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, thank you.
Prabhuji's class is so inspiring that we have new people joining. Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else joined first time? We can just check the names and.
Hey Krishna Mataji, I am Mohan Rupa. This is not my first time though, but I don't attend regularly. But by the time I join, it's almost question and answer round. So I just try to hear devotees' thoughts.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Mohan Rupa Mataji. Hari Bol also 3 times to Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Thank you for joining. Please join us regularly. When whichever time permits, question answers also nice to join. So, anybody else joined first time? We are actually not been able to ask. We normally used to ask earlier. Shamarasika Mataji, we would always ask earlier who joined first time. But I saw a couple of new people joining in Prabhuji's class,
Yeah,
So,
Prabhuji has a group of devotees. He gives class on Monday evening.
so they are they ones who have joined? Okay.
Yeah, so we announced there too. Prabhuji also announced and I announced in that group.
Very nice.
Those devotees joined today. They are joining whenever Prabhuji is here. So Prabhuji is reading Nectar of Devotion in Nectar of Instruction book. Yeah.
Another question for Prabhuji. Prabhuji, when you are coming again to ISKCON Temple, Potomac?
I do come for services there, but not recently for giving any classes there. But the reason being, 7 days a week, in addition to my job, I give classes in the morning and the evening, all 7 days a week. So it's been my job is very busy and hectic, and along with that, like morning and evening classes. So I, I honestly, I do not even have time to speak with my wife. It's that busy. It's good in a way in the service, but like, then I have other household duties also. Most of the things my wife takes care of it, thankfully. So that's how busy I am. That's why I am not there in the temple physically recently. Uh, because in weekends I have like 4 or 5 classes in a day, Saturday and Sunday, continuously back to back to back to back to back. So it is, Krishna is keeping me very busy that way, uh, thanks to him. But the side effect of that is like sometimes I'm not able to be there in the temple, meet devotees personally there. Hopefully, like Nityananda Trayodashi is coming up, I'll be there during those. At least I make it a point to come to temple during those festival days, because at least that way, those days I can spend times with the devotees and see them in person.
Yes, Prabhuji, the devotees are desiring to see you. Prabhuji, like Nityananda Triyodashi is coming, so it falls on a Friday, but the temple celebrate on Sunday. So some temple do on Friday also small little, celebration, and then Sunday the temple is flooded with devotees. So my question is like, which day to attend? If you have to attend one time, is it good to attend
I
the
will
day?
try to attend on the Nityananda Trayodashi day. But
Okay.
if we have additional services on the Sunday where we can meet and greet all the other new people that are coming on Sunday, then make that as a priority, because serving the new people is more important than my personal desire to attend on Nityananda Trayodashi day.
Yes. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. So in your answer is attend both the days.
No, but I would say if it's possible, attend both the days. If you can attend only one out of the two, make it a point to attend on a Sunday, that where more people are coming, so that we can serve more of them, and we can be there for them to answer the question, what are we celebrating today? Many of them do not know about that, so we can spend time in educating them and giving them information and knowledge, so we can serve that way.
Yes, very merciful day, Lord Nityananda Parents' Day.
And this time it's like three in one, because we have Ekadasi, Vara Dwadasi, and Nityananda Trayodasi. All the fasting is going to be done on the same single day, and on the Nityananda Trayodasi day we'll be feasting.
Yes. So thank you, Prabhuji, once again. If anybody last question, comments, otherwise we can end the call and wait for next time when Prabhuji will join us and give his association.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Really, this class is a wonderful session. Like the last sentence, Prabhuji ended up with Krishna personally comes to his devotees, made me cry a lot. I was not able to respond. I'm sorry, Prabhuji, but really, the Gopalacharya story is very beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing the story, Prabhuji. And then you narrated the churning of milk. Like I missed that beginning part, like because I was chanting, and then immediately it came to my mind. I'm this class is there. Then I joined at 6:29, so I missed that part. And then, but the rest of the story you narrated about Lord Shiva's position, his exalted position, is beautiful. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. I'm Jyoti from Minnesota.
And please teach us all how to cry for Krishna like you did.
Prabhuji, no. What I feel, because the way you narrated me made me cry. That's the reason, because you have a lot of blessings from Krishna and Prabhupada. That's a mercy, because the way the deliverer is very good. So the devotees cry. That is the thing I'm realizing.
So just because of your devotion, Krishna
No,
will also
Prabhuji.
consider me
No
that
devotion,
I have
Prabhuji,
done some
nothing.
service. So at least in that way, Krishna will say, okay, you have also done something nice for me.
No, no, Prabhuji. All I think, like, you have a lot of blessing. That's the reason I was like crying, and I don't know what to do. And then I was like, I just sent you message. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna. And you are mentioning, like, you are doing a lot of classes, Prabhuji, and I don't know how Mataji is managing. Prabhuji, if possible, just send some other classes on weekends. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. Just 1 or 2 classes on weekends. I'll try to join.
So I don't know, Shamarasika Mataji, how will we share? Do you know the classes Prabhuji is attending and how we can share with Jyoti Mataji?
No, I know her. I will send it to her.
Okay.
And most of those classes are in India, also in Tamil language there.
Okay. So Jyoti Mataji, you joined first time?
No, she has been with me a few times.
Yeah. Because I know Prabhuji since a long time.
Nice.
So Prabhuji will send me the link without fail. He is very sincere. Sometimes I forget, then I jump into the class.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So we have to, we have to ignore the world if the world makes us cry, but we have to cry for Krishna.
Yeah, that's the reason. Today I was crying. I never cried, even for any other classes or nothing like. But today, this morning, I don't know, it just made me like I was just realizing, oh, am I crying? Why? Because the sincere devotee, senior devotees are delivering the lecture in that way. He is absorbed deeply. That's the reason I was crying.
Very nice. I think there's one Maharaj in our ISKCON, Gaur Govind Maharaj. So he says you should cry for Krishna, And normally for our own personal hurt, we cry. Oh, I'm hurt. I cannot tell the person, but Krishna, I want to cry because I'm hurt. I'm this, I'm that. It's all about me, But if we can cry for Krishna the way you did, just by hearing the narration, that's so nice. You're blessed, Mataji, and we also hopefully can hear more intently and take the class to our heart. And
thank you so much, Mataji. That's because of you, Devotees Association.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
We are in such a safe position that Krishna is there as a protector, and tears of joy should come out, even if they're not tears of sadness, tears of joy, that with the position we are so safe because of being connected to the Parampara, Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much for your association. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for our association. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Anybody else would like to comment or come up with speak something, or otherwise you can finally end, and all the newcomers who joined today can please join us regularly. 5:20 to 7:20 chanting, 7:20 to, it's normally 8:30, but we crossed this thing today. Maybe because of being Friday and everybody wants to ask more questions and have more association on the call. But otherwise, 7:20 to 8:20, 8:30, we have a class Bhagavatam every day, 5 days a week. And then Bhagavad Gita is Saturday, Sunday. So everybody please join us. Whether we are studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, it's the same thing. The scriptures, So there's not difference, but we have wonderful speakers coming on Saturday, Sunday also, giving us Bhagavad Gita discourses. Yeah.
Amritamani Mataji has something to say. She's unmuted.
Prabhuji, I also cried. You narrated in such a way that Krishna always protects what you have. And I also cried.
Yeah.
My husband tells me this verse, Vijay Madhu Prabhu, all the times, but today, the way you narrated, I couldn't control. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very wonderful class.
Thank
And
you.
if you can join on weekend your classes, please share with us.
Yeah, definitely. I will try to share with Shamarasika Mataji my other English, the other classes that I give in English, so that all of you on this call can attend if your time permits. I'll share it with her and she can share it with the group here.
Shamarasika Mataji is a very, very sincere devotee of the Lord. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Oh, Mataji, we are following just your footsteps. You are so senior, Mataji.
I'm senior in age, probably.
No, Mataji, we know you was associated with New Vrindavan and New York temple, but now you moved to Atlanta. So, yes. So, we are just following your footsteps, Mataji.
We always lived in Augusta, Georgia. We used to go about 12 to 14 times a year to New Vrindavan when we could drive. But now it's very difficult to drive.
Yeah.
So thank you for sending the darshans every day so we can take, blessings and darshans of Radha Vrindavan Chandra and all the other deities. And association is very good. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
All
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. All glories to all of you devotees.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for expressing your, that you also cried. I mean, it shows how sincere and nicely, maybe I was not hearing so carefully. That's why no tears came. But, definitely we can hear the class again and,
we can go on YouTube and hear it again. And mostly I do. Most of the classes I attend, I hear it again on YouTube.
Nice.
If I missed anything.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Because as Grihastha, sometimes, when you hear classes, you have to get up and do something little bit. Yeah. So it's always good to hear it on YouTube again.
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry Prabhuji. So which is the link so I can watch again in the YouTube?
The link that I shared with you as the YouTube link also there.
Okay, Prabhuji, I will note
on the previous recordings. Okay. It's in the bottom of that message.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Okay.
When Rupani Padma Mataji shares the information, the YouTube link is right there.
Yeah.
Right in the bottom of the message you will find.
Yes. Yes.
I could quickly share it here because then I don't know whether sometimes the message link does not really work. So I will just quickly share the link here for the class today. Hopefully this is good thing that the YouTube we can copy. So I'm going to go copy pasting quickly. So then Mataji can, just in case it doesn't work with the other one, then where is the messaging?
We are very fortunate that current technology is giving us all this.
Yep.
Sitting at home.
Sitting at home, we can get maximum association.
I remember when I was young, my mother used to take me wherever any saint came to give lectures, and I used to go with her, and sometimes we walked, 8 to 9 miles just to have darshan of saints in the mountains. And now we are just click the button and we can hear it. And we should realize that, how fortunate we are.
Yeah.
And we should take advantage of it.
Yes, Mataji, and I also think in these lines, as we're progressing more into, this Kali Yuga, more and more, but for us, Srila Prabhupada has made it easier. And, it's becoming easy. Of course, chanting is there, and then click away, we are connected to so many classes. And
Yes.
we heard Srila Prabhupada's lectures also. That should be a prime thing. At least 30 minutes of Srila Prabhupada's lecture should be on the priority, because all of us today are here because of Srila Prabhupada. And there are a lot of lectures in Hindi, English. Although one of the lectures Prabhupada mentioned that, मैं इतनी अच्छी तरह हिंदी नहीं बोल सकता हूँ. He was saying one of the classes, and so wonderfully he spoke the Hindi class. It was amazing.
Yes.
Like हम लोग थोड़ा हिंदी speaking है ना घर में North India से, so it's so wonderful to hear if you say Srila Prabhupada's Hindi lectures. Subscribe. Then, in the afternoon or while cooking or something, hearing Prabhupada is so nice. Sometimes we can see Prabhupada also in the video. So,
sometimes we hear lectures while even sitting in the classes or even on the phones. And our Guru Vargas, all of them, Prabhupada's disciples, always mention that I heard this morning from Srila Prabhupada. They also hear Prabhupada every single day before they give classes.
Yes. And also I heard that, Srila Prabhupada would, somewhere I had heard this, but Raghunandan Prabhuji will correct me. When Prabhuji was giving a class, so somebody said, you already wrote the books, so you are giving a class and reading. So he says that the Krishna was dictating to me, and then I typed and wrote everything. But I also want to hear again and again. In spite of Prabhupada has written the books, but still if Prabhupada is eager to hear, he's already heard from Krishna and he's giving all this, but he's eager also to hear more and more and give classes until his last minute of life. He was giving classes, Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
So,
yes, you're right.
It's important that we really give this as a priority, hearing Prabhupada's lecture and then reading, For every aspect, Prabhupada, I think, expressed reading. For book distribution, one time he said, are you reading the books or are you only distributing books?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I have to log off now.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, I think we are going to offer our prayers. It's nice. So many devotees spoke up and we were able to glorify your class today. Hare Krishna. That's the only way we can do. Vancha kalpatarubhuscha.
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो कोटि वैष्णव की जय
जय
भागवतम की जय रघुनंदन प्रभु जी की
जय
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्ण